series of male rebellions.
Coming up, Tom Kaler's crazy lecture on the modern male condition goes amok in Men Die Sooner. Then a dance about quitting dance, a touching video memoir by Timothy Buckley on a Live from Off-Center. Major funding for a Live from Off-Center has been provided by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Additional funding has been provided by the Rockefeller Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, and this and other public television stations.
Mary Margaret McKean, Bohemian, New Wave, good God. Tell me about yourself.
I have a BA in art history from Sarah Lawrence College and MA in money market management from Harvard B School.
Tell me about what is performance artist. That I don't understand.
Yeah, well, what it is, well, let's see. It's taking this swirling mass of chaos called life and making it your own, then putting a price tag on it and calling it art.
What's East Village? What are you doing in the East Village nowadays? What is that all about?
Well, it's basically the same old thing. Been the same old thing for about 10 years, and it'll be the same old thing for 10 more years.
Poets, Bohemians.
Poets, artists, musicians, stockbrokers.
Tell me your outrageous wigs. Those outrageous wigs you have on. Tell me about
It's really outrageous.
I understand you do a lot of caricatures.
Well, it's all about being on the cutting edge and being a pioneer.
You have a clip of yourself. I
have a clip. These are two performers. One is choreographer Timothy Buckley, and the other one is named Tom Kaler in a piece called Men Die Sooner.
Do you know Timothy Leary?
Yeah.
You do?
I've met him.
What kind of guy is Timothy Leary? I just want to know real quick.
He's
before
really
I get into
nice.
your clip. Is he?
He's really great. After Andy Warhol died, like, he was like, sort of like dad.
You knew Andy Warhol?
Yeah, I've like this with Andy.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Tama Janowitz, we were like a gang. We were inseparable and was sort of upsetting,
I understand Andy Warhol was a very shy man. At parties, he never spoke. Is that true?
That's true. Well, once in a while, he would pipe up. If you mentioned, like The Love Boat or James Brolin, he would get very excited, but he was...
Okay, clip. I love to see it.
Yeah, can we show
them? Yeah,
show
of
the clip?
Let's see the clip.
Can you turn the clip on?
They'll turn it on, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Are they rolling?
I think so. They're going to be rolling. Are you getting that?
Throughout history, man has railed against his condition. Now, much of this railing has been directed towards the forces of nature. But with the advent of the nuclear age, this adversarial relationship began to shift. And man was no longer so much threatened by nature as much as nature became threatened by man. Now, at about the same time, we see the culmination of a social shift in which we, the citizens of this great nation of ours, are no longer identified by what we do, but by what we are economically capable of consuming. In other words, we have seen a schism between that which is real and that which appears to be. For example, I'm not actually a doctor. No, I am just wearing this white coat because it gives me the sign of authoritarian expertise. Okay, good. Now, in the last 30 years, we have seen a series of male rebellions against this form of passive identification. But despite all of these rebellions, at least one thing has remained the same. And that is, in this country, as throughout the world, men die sooner. I know some of you are probably saying to yourselves, good, they should. And that would actually be a difficult argument to have with you. But if we were to ask any number of men why they thought this was true, we'd probably get a range of answers anywhere from, I don't know. Well, I hate to be argumentative, but I just don't think that that's statistically correct.
What the hell are you talking about? Of course, men suffer from much more stress.
Not this pretty boy's tight white patootie, no siree, bobby-doo. But one thing I think we can get all of our men to agree upon is the fact that we, as men, have been taught all of our lives to push it down. Excuse me. I think you know what I'm talking about. You see it all the time. Some little boy walking down the street. He gets scared, terrorized. He begins to cry, and you'll hear his parental guardian say something like,
Now you knock that off or I will give you something to cry about.
a classic of the genre, and one of my personal favorites. Because in our society, men don't cry. No. 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 No, 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 men don't cry, no, 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 men will buy and men do sigh, but big men don't cry, no, 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 little men don't cry, no, 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 men will fly and men do die, but real men, yo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Very good. Well, as much fun as this may be, men do cry. So this in and of itself does not explain why men die sooner. No. 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 Now, some people say it doesn't have to do with the ways in which men express their tears, but the ways in which we express the whole range of our emotional palette, so to speak. Our pleasure, anxiety, anger. Let's just take a moment here and talk a little bit about anger. I myself used to have a lot of problems with my anger, but now my therapist has helped me to realize that I have a lot to be angry about. When I get teed off, I don't keep it inside of me, rot my guts out. I say, hey, you'd better cut that out. I'm not going to take that kind of jazz from you. You might as well. It's not going to do any good anyhow, because people are morons. Well, some of you are probably thinking, this guy's kind of paranoid. And you're right. I used to be. But I know why. It's because I used to think that people looked at me and they saw the worst possible things about me. So, one day it hit me. I thought, you know, if I could just keep moving all the time, then maybe people wouldn't be able to see all these terrible things. So I started breaking down movement into its different components so I could use it more efficiently. For instance, these are mannerisms, because they're reactions to internal sorts of stimuli. And I can do this with my left hand or with both hands. And these are gestures, because they're reactions to external stimuli. And I started to notice that people tend to have gesture patterns and postures that you use at any given time during the day. As well as movement itself. Levels, directions, and speeds. I began to find the more of these elements I could keep working simultaneously, the more comfortable I began to feel around people. In fact, I began to feel invisible. Of course, there were certain kinds of things I couldn't do. Have a quiet conversation with someone, for instance. But after a long day at school or work, I didn't want to go out, have a date, make out in the backseat of some girl's car. I mean, I was tired. I just wanted to go home. I wanted to lie down in my bed. I wanted to surround myself with my favorite things. My popcorn with extra butter, my guacamole and chips, my ice cream with chocolate and almond bits, and I wanted to cover myself with a blanket of swinging, pendulous, bulbotic, celluluscent, porkorific flabulation. 1, 2, 3, Well, I am sure that just as many of you ladies in the audience tonight can relate to this desire to be invisible. So this, in and of itself, does not explain why men die sooner. And let us be completely clear about that fact, because men suffer from more heart attack, from more cancer, and from more stroke than do women. Now, some people say this phenomena is due to the ways in which we men carry out, or might I say, fail to carry out our primary emotional relationships, or as the sociologists and psychologists call them, our PERs, or PERs. I kind of like that. PERs. Unfortunately, I'm not a very good one to talk about this particular phenomena because I'm not threatened by women. I mean, when I get married, if I get married, I'll encourage the wife to get that job, climb that corporate ladder, because then when the divorce comes, I don't have to support her. Okay. Okay. I admit it. Men are jerks. Is anyone surprised? No, right? We're aware of the fact that people in positions of power take bribes, politicians lie, Howdy Doody has a wooden rectum, and men are jerks. And look, folks, I think I can be honest with you. I have just as much jerky small as does anyone. I mean, take for instance, if I had a lot of money, if I was filthy, stinking rich, would I give any of it to the North Shore Animal League? No. If I had a lot of money, I would want a mistress, some babe, some piece of action that I would have stashed away in my Park Avenue pad so I could slide over for nooners with, check out the new gear she just got from Bloomies, and plan our trip to the Bermudas together. Well, I did once have a relationship with a prostitute. She didn't cost a lot of money. She was clean, really good looking. I'd go see her a couple of times a week, but after a while, we just sit around and talk, so I stopped going. But with a mistress, that would be completely different, because she would be there just for me, just to satisfy my powerful, passionate, sexual will. That stuff about the prostitute, that's not true. I've never been involved with a prostitute. I've never had to be involved with a prostitute, okay? I just said that because I felt that this portion of this evening's program needed some sort of personal, experiential validity. But, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, I have had a lot of women. Oh, yeah. A lot of women. If I was to add it up, even conservatively, numbers are not important when it comes to sexuality. What's important is experience. What's important is when you got started. And I got started very young. Oh, yeah. My peers used to think of me as the Daniel Boone of the bed sheets. I must have been, she must have been. Okay, we were freshmen in college. We waited because we cared about each other. But she was hot. Oh, yeah. She was the one that all the guys were sniffing around after. And I was the one. I was the guy. I was the one. Oh. Well, of course, a discussion about men and morbidity wouldn't be complete unless we had a short section on right heart attack. Now, in the last, 30 years, we have seen a series of theories about heart attack, which makes the whole thing very confusing. Am I a cholesterol fatty? Well,
I can pinch far more than an inch. Am I overstressed? Probably. Am I a type A? Or God forbid, one of those lazy type B characters? Do I need to jog? Or is the fact of the matter I just need to take an aspirin a day? I mean, what the hell kind of a man am I? Well, I'm the kind of a man who will provide more opportunities for my children than my father provided for me. I have a job, okay? I work. And when I'm at work, my time belongs to the boss. That's just how it is. That's America. But when I get in my car, then nobody better hassle me. Not unless they want to make my day. Because nobody can tell me that some poor schnook is as much of a man as the guy that built himself a 38-story luxury apartment complex with a pink marble lobby. This is the sign of a man and what he can do with it. Oh, Jesus. Well, now we have looked at the physiological reasons why men die sooner. We've looked at the sociological, the psychological, and the emotional. And frankly, folks, the only thing I see is that men die sooner just because we're men. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, just because I was born a man, I'm going to die sooner than some woman, no matter how unimportant she is to the society. I mean, when I get married, if I get married, I'm going to die sooner than my wife. I'm going to die sooner than my children. If I have any children, have children of their own, that's not fair. I am a man. I do what I do because I believe in it, because I have integrity. And just because a couple of little chromosomes get together in a totally unprincipled fashion means that I'm going to die for some woman just because she can give birth and I can't. That's not fair. Look at the medical establishment. Look at the insurance companies. Look at the government. Look at
Everybody talks about it, but nobody does it.
Well, one reason why I was from the very beginning interested in pursuing modern dance was because it was constantly changing. That was interesting to me, that something could change all the time and never really settle or root itself into anything particular. And I think what happens once you get into it as a business, the nonprofit business, you find that to sustain those people who are working with you for you, that you have to give up some of those romantic notions about experimenting.
I thought it was terrific. I love the way he danced. Had a great sense of rhythm, and he knew how to sort of how to phrase things, how to make a whole evening roll, and he didn't do things that were endless, which was a great virtue, I thought, and he just had a great musical sense and a kind of reeling off balance, lickety-split stuff that he did. I thought was wonderful.
First of all, he's one of the most beautiful dancers I've ever seen. And I'd heard about his choreography, but then when I actually saw it, it was the way he danced that really, really got me.
Any artist is consumed with self-doubt. And every day you have to make that decision. Are you going to do it again? And it's a hard decision.
haven't danced in over a year, and I stopped choreographing.
Why would he do that?
Because I didn't know what was wrong with me. I just felt something was wrong. I wasn't comfortable. I knew I wasn't getting something. I knew I wasn't going to be able to pay the rent if I waited it out. So I chose to see what it was like to stop doing it.
I don't believe that for a second.
I felt like it was a big shame because he has an incredible amount of talent, more than anyone I know.
I mean, from anyone else's standpoint or viewpoint, I mean, I would think that he was very successful, even though maybe he didn't make a lot of money at what he was doing, but he had a lot of recognition and was able to tour and get grants, and but that wasn't enough for him.
If there's going to be an invitation to a festival, especially here in New York City, there are several here in the city, it means creating a proposal listing who you intend to collaborate with. There's a fee involved that will pay for some of it, but I suppose less than half of it. And it means creating an organization around yourself which is there to give you money.
I don't believe you.
This is lesson 5, phase 4. Your arms are a tree. Your legs are rooted to the ground. Your head is floating. Your neck is free. Your breath is deep. Your spine is long. Your eyes are soft. Your jaw is slack. Your mind is empty. Your face is a book. Your hair is growing. Your lips are moist. Your shoulders are heaving. Your ears are burning. Your teeth are clenched. Your ass is brass. Your hips are cocked. Your calves are veal. Your thighs are dripping. Your lover is leaving. Your heart is hard. Your brain is soft. Your time is up. Your house is on fire. Your life is over. Your death awaits you. And plie.
And then it's true he had stopped dancing, and there seemed to be 2 reasons, an injury and wanting to make money. And everyone gets injuries and everybody wants to make money. And I just thought, but why Timothy? Why, you know, one of New York's most beautiful dancers?
You think it's not going to happen to you because you feel fine. I can kick my legs, I can twirl, I can roll around the floor. But what you don't realize is that after a certain point, the body no longer wants to do that. And you try to make it do that, and it snaps.
That's pretty good. Let's do it again.
Somebody want to go get the ice?
I am so sorry that I can't see him dance anymore. I'm really sorry he quit. I think he was too young.
I had this idea that stopping dancing was like dying.
What happened to the armor?
Isn't that in the back room?
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys had to keep out of the way because they're trying to get some stuff done. Well, I'm working in a costume shop, making hats. It's an interesting way to earn a living. It's crafts. Well, even before I was dancing, I put things together. And I think there's probably a little less pressure here. Also, the pressure is off of me. I'm only one part of a larger organization.
You know, he wants to play the accordion and sing songs. And I think he gets a lot of personal satisfaction out of doing that and developing a skill that really he enjoys doing. Although I think he's a great performer. And I wish that he could find a way to do what he does best without hurting himself.
Nonsense. It's just not done.
When I thought about finishing the dance, it occurred to me that it was important to have some entertainment skills besides abstract flinging and abstract skipping. And if you want to reach mom and pop out in the Midwest, you've got to give them something that they can also take home.
No f***ing way.
Timothy Beckley is the bravest man I know.
Well, don't you think Timothy playing the accordion is a little like Duchamp playing chess?
No f***ing way.
I know in general people are a little disappointed, but at the same time they seem puzzled or confused about why. But I'm just as puzzled and confused as I suppose they are, because I don't understand why either, other than I needed to change something. And I think that's probably been something that's theme of my life, is constantly changing something.
Major funding for Alive from Off Center has been provided by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.